We're fortunate to have Walt on the line right now. Walt, welcome to WPFW.
Thank you, Rusty. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It really is. So tell us about the European Quartet and how you assembled it.
This band has been working together for 6 years now, since 2017, and we assembled after a couple of years keeping in touch and being kind of mutual fans of each other, and we've been touring all over Europe since 2017, and this is the first opportunity that we've had to play in the States, so we're really looking forward to it.
Fantastic. So you got Carl Winther, Andreas Long, and Anders Margensen.
Yes.
You got it all. They sound Scandinavian.
Well, they're Danish.
Danish, okay.
Andreas lives in Berlin. He spent a lot of time in London, and they're three of the most dynamic, skillful players of our music on the continent. So it's just a real honor to have had the opportunity to work with all of them, and we're having such a great time.
Yes. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into the music, and what brought you to the tenor sax.
Well, I grew up in a musical household. My dad still is an excellent pianist, as a matter of fact, and my brother, of course, is a terrific pianist. I always wanted to play jazz since I was young. I'm not really sure how I got that idea, but it took me a little while to understand exactly what that meant and what it took to be skillful enough to express myself in music. But I have been doing it now for a good long time, and I continue to find it so inspiring and so challenging, and I feel very, very fortunate, so fortunate to do this and to have this craft to pursue and to try and get better at. It's a real pleasure in life and a real professional honor.
Absolutely. So where's your home base now? Where are you working out of?
Outside Richmond, Virginia. We've been here since 2017.
Okay, fine. So, and that's where your tour is starting next week. Tell us
Right.
about
We are playing at a terrific venue called the Tin Pan in Richmond on Thursday the 17th, and then we're at Smalls in New York on the 18th and 19th, and on the 20th we're coming back down south to On Die Musik in Baltimore, where I've been playing more or less once a year for maybe 10 years now.
Oh yeah, Henry Wong's just been fabulous with that performance space and what he's done with it. God, all these years must have been going on about 20 years now that he's had it. It's been really remarkable.
He is a great proprietor, a great entrepreneur, and we're very lucky to have him on in our corner in this business. Absolutely.
Well, as I mentioned before I put you on the air, we're in the midst of our summer fund drive, and we're here listener-supported radio, part of the Pacifica Network, and we've been on the air. PFW's been on the air since 1977 as a jazz and justice station. I was wondering if you would comment a little bit about the importance of a station like this to the musicians and why folks should support us.
Well, this is the kind of radio and the kind of media that jazz musicians have always thrived on, and Pacifica stations have been in our realm for, well, ever since I certainly was living in New York. I grew up listening to public radio and learned about jazz listening to public radio, and I really encourage people to help support public radio, and certainly the Pacifica Network has really been invaluable over the years. I really appreciate what you do.
Well, thank you. And again, this album, Diamonds and Other Jewels, tell us about this. And you got a lot of original compositions on it, and one old standard that's very close to my heart.
Yeah, that's a standard that I learned many years ago from my sadly recently deceased friend and mentor, Andy Fusco, and I've been playing that song for many years. I rediscovered it, I think, in remembrance of Andy, and broke it out for this recording, which we did last year in Cologne. And the rest of the compositions are tunes that I've been working on. A couple are brand new, and a couple I've been kicking around for a few years, and it was time to put this collection together. So
right, the tune Spartacus had nothing to do with the movie, but with your fanaticism about history. I noticed.
Well, I've been listening to a lot of history. There's a terrific podcast about called The History of Rome, and I kind of took that and ran with it. The legend and character of Spartacus, to me, is very inspiring, and the movie and Kirk Douglas doesn't do such a bad job of keeping that close to our hearts. But that was my little tribute.
Absolutely. And other original material. Again, tell us about the musicians who'll be touring with you and where you'll be at the next Thursday through Sunday.
Right. Well, Carl Winter is a pianist who lives and works in Copenhagen. Terrific pianist, brilliant writer. Our bassist, Andreas Lang, lives and works in Berlin, originally from outside Odense, birthplace of Hans Christian Andersen in Denmark. And Anders Mogensen is also from Odense, and we visited there and taught together at a terrific school, the Conservatory in Denmark, where Anders Mogensen is co-director, and the four of us, I should say, really have a terrific chemistry, and we're really excited to kick off this week of gigs in the U.S. at the Tin Pan in Richmond. So certainly hope anybody who's in this general listening area will catch us either here or at Andi Music on the 20th in Baltimore.
Absolutely, and since we're online, folks may be close to New York to catch you up at Smalls on Friday and Saturday. So
absolutely.
Again, Spike Wilner, man, is a good guy with what he's been doing with the music, and
unbelievable.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again for calling in, Walt, and it's really great to be listening to your music, and we'll be continuing to feature it here on Thursday Late Night Jazz.
Rusty, thank you so much for having me, and all the best to your listeners, and thanks to everybody.